The real truth is, since COVID began, you ready for this? Buckle up, ladies. Luxury prices have risen 60%, which I think is all about the death of luxury brands. They're too expensive. And they have lost, whoa, 50 million customers. Hi, everybody. This is Diane Gilman, formerly known as the Queen of Jeans on KBCHSN, but now the proud host of my podcast, Too Young to Be Old, and today's Fashion Thursdays with Diane. So I want to ask you a question. Is vintage, is pre-owned the new luxury? I want to give you a guide to timeless secondhand style. So I'm going to start with a little story to explain this. I remember an episode of Sex in the City, and it was Samantha, and she was trying to get Lucy Liu to join her PR agency. And part of that was picking up a red Hermes Birkin bag for Lucy Liu. Now, background, quick. You don't just, unless you are a really big celebrity, you ain't getting a Birkin bag in 5 minutes. No one's offering you anything in that store, and that'll be my second story. So Samantha picks it up for her. Lucy Liu and her have lunch at some ladies at the lunch place in New York. And Lucy sees Samantha carrying the red Birkin bag, which even Samantha admits she would never have gotten if she hadn't used a celebrity name. And of course, that was the end of the PR relationship. So about 6 weeks ago, it's kind of a rainy, gloomy Saturday. My friend says, "What should we do?" I said, "Oh, let's go shopping." Hermes just took over a whole townhouse on Madison Avenue. Okay, my favorite sport, shopping. My favorite, really favorite sport, luxury shopping. So we go in to Hermes. First floor is almost got no merchandise. It's got scarves, and actually I was there for a scarf. But I wanted to see every single floor. It was so new. Now, I didn't even ask to see handbags because I knew they were going to tell me, "Oh, it's a 25-year wait, and the color may sell out and never be redyed, and the leather." Let me translate that for you. We're not really interested in old ladies carrying our handbags. We want young, hip, movie stars, TV stars, sports stars, but not you. Okay, so I'm like up on the fourth floor. We've made our way up and up and up. And of course, the entire point of Hermes and the Birkin bag is that you can't have it. And how much do you always want something you can't have? So I think, okay, I'll do a consolation prize. Christmas is coming. I want to buy myself something I really, really love and use. And so I see a wallet in a beautiful shade of bold coral. It was really pretty with the H in metal as a buckle. Okay. So guess what? You can't even see a salesperson. You can't ask for a salesperson. It's like going to Katz's Delicatessen for a roast beef sandwich. You actually have to pull a number and wait. So we wait and we wait and we wait, and it's half an hour and it's 45 minutes. And finally, good looking guy comes out. Everybody is on the staff sort of dressed the same, but very chic and very simple. And I said, "I love this wallet. I'll take it." Guess what? He says to me, "Oh, no, that's not for sale. Um, but you could sign up for it." And I said, "Okay." How long is the wait? And I'm thinking 5, 6 weeks. It's going to come from Paris, where it's produced. He said 5 to 7 years. I thought, are you kidding me? For a wallet? You don't even want to sell me a wallet? Hey, I'm the queen of jeans. What are you talking about here? But that is part of our story because there are brands and products within those brands where you and I, as normal, nice, everyday people, are never going to get our hands on them first time around. The store, just as a brand store, is not interested. So, bottom line, what do I know about vintage as a new luxury? Well, that's how I bought my Birkin bag. I bought what was called fresh pre-owned. And what that means is somebody wealthy bought the bag, had it sitting, how can you believe that? Had it sitting in their closet forever, never even took the little plastic stuff off the metal pieces, and wound up saying, that bores me. I want to buy a new one. I'll just sell this. You know, even if I bought a real pre-owned bag that had some wear and tear on it, there's something cool about that too, because it says, oh yeah, I just have this $30,000 handbag and I knock it around and yeah, I wear it with my jeans, which by the way is what I love the most about the Birkin bag. So I just closed a big business deal and I was going to reward myself. And I always said, I can die a happy woman if I have a Birkin bag and a real Chanel jacket. Well, I'm still working on the Chanel jacket and we're going to get to that in a minute. But the Birkin bag, I could have never bought it in the store. They would have never recognized me or respected me enough to allow me to do that. So I just walked around them to vintage as a new luxury. And you know what? This really is a timeless guide to secondhand style. Actually, I'm in honor of this podcast, I'm wearing a Gucci scarf that I did buy secondhand. Nobody really needs to know, although if you see shopping as an Olympic sport, the way I do. And I don't know, they added break dancing to the Olympics. Why don't they add shopping? Wouldn't that be great? Luxury shopping. Yeah. High end shopping. It's so satisfying when you get something you love and it just evokes luxury and everything that New York is about, and you get it at a price. And actually, since most of my luxury scarves that have some sort of emblematic brand identification to them, all the moths in my closet have not recognized that that is not a good thing to eat them. So I am sort of used to walking around in scarves that were pre-owned by the moths and have holes in them and I'm hiding. But you know what? Who knows? Now, I honestly think that our episode, The Death of Luxury, which is all about luxury brands struggling worldwide and consolidating, and one buying another and another and another, and now they're a whole corporate group. I don't ever think that's that great for the brand. I think one brand starts to bleed into another. But the real truth is, since COVID began, you ready for this? Buckle up, ladies. Luxury prices have risen 60%, which I think is all about the death of luxury brands. They're too expensive. And they have lost, whoa, 50 million customers. Now, a lot of that is China. And because I am on the advisory board of a couple of very high end shopping sites on the internet, I get a little bit of the scoop. So one day I'm looking at the shopping site and it's got like some absurd thing, like a 9-inch high mini skirt in see-through netting that goes with a see-through bra top with all these little ruffles on it, and it's all in mint green, and it costs a fortune, like $2,400. And I said to one of the personal shoppers, who buys this? And the answer was Chinese teenagers whose fathers are all billionaires now. Well, that whole segment of shopping evaporated. It evaporated about a year and a half, 2 years ago. And China realized that they were the kings of knockoffs. They were the kings of copies. But I'll tell you what, I am going to be honest. I've had copies of Birkin bags. I've had really good copies that I got from Europe. Nothing beats the real thing. But the price of luxury is not cheap. And if you find that your closet is backing up with pieces that you loved once, but you don't wear anymore, guess what? That's no sin now, because the resale market for luxury has exploded. Now, at the end of this podcast, we're going to give you graphically all the names of really good resale. But for now, I'm going to tell you that the ones that I love are the Real, Rebag, and Net-a-Porter resale. And why do I love them? I love them because they have the equivalent of a personal shopper. You send photographs of what you want to sell. Could be a couple of old Chanel watches, could be a Cartier watch, could be a this, could be a that, could be a Birkin bag. And they will advise you. They will take the merchandise and do photos that are super professional and really well done and show inside and out. And they will also advise you on pricing. It's like having your own personal shopper, but it's really your own personal resalesman. That I love. Then there's a whole second tier, like Poshmark, Vintage Bar, Luxury Closet, Fashion File, and eBay. And that's where you take your own photos and you post them with your own pricing. You don't get the advice about resale. Personally, I love the reseller. I love having a really clear idea of what is realistic to make or not make. But I'm going to ask you this question. Would it bother you to be wearing somebody else's Hermes bag if you know the value of wearing an Hermes bag? I virtually, when I wear that bag, and it's just a very bare bones plain Birkin bag in off ivory, but because I wear a lot of ivory in the winter, it kind of goes ivory winter or summer. So for Beauty Over 50, women ask me all the time about my hair, my makeup, and my skin quality. I have to tell you the truth, and I never thought I would say this a year ago, ever. I was totally resistant. I now get my beauty products, my skincare products, and my hair products all off of Amazon. I used to think of Amazon as like, oh yeah, okay, I'll buy my cat food off of Amazon, but I'm not going to buy my skincare products. But they've got everything I want. And they've got everything I'm craving to use. So, Charlotte Tilbury makeup, which is top of the line, Amazon. La Mer skincare, Amazon. Wow hair products, hairspray that honestly defies gravity, Amazon. So I created my own Amazon storefront. I'm showing you everything I'm buying, including I'm just going to start showing my new self-tanner, which I got off of Amazon, and the link is in the caption below. This is revolutionary because you know what? Maybe you're like me, you lead a super busy lifestyle, and suddenly you come up to use makeup one day and it's like, yikes, oh my gosh, the bottle's empty. Yeah, no problem. When you go to Amazon and you literally can get delivery the next day on most of it, it's a great way to shop. It's so easy to see these products, and I'm behind every single one of them. They are fabulous, and they are all on my Amazon storefront, and I never thought I would have an Amazon storefront for beauty and hair, but I do, and I think you're going to find items that you become as addicted to as I am, like wow hairspray. I can't live without it now. I think I would go bonkers. If you are a beauty and glam girl like me, or if you're just somebody who loves taking really good care of your skin and your hair, Amazon has it all. Visit my storefront. I'm so proud of it, ladies. And then let me know. Let me know what you loved, how it worked for you. I can't wait for the good reviews to roll in. The link, again, is in the caption below. I don't even have to open my mouth. That bag says everything. This scarf with the G's on it has a lot to say, too. It's as if all these status pieces have a voice of their own that says, oh, yes, I'm very swanky. Yeah, that's just how I live. Well, not really. Still had to almost kill myself to buy that Birkin bag, and I'm still working on the Chanel jacket. Part of it is I think I'm a little chunky. For the last time I tried on a Chanel jacket, I couldn't even get into the largest size. But those pieces, oh my God. Well, I think I said it in our episode, The Death of Luxury. Last time I was in a store and it was Neiman Marcus and I tried on a Chanel jacket. Never a comfortable experience because I don't know, I always feel like sales girls are looking at you like, well, if you were really wealthy, you would have just called me and it would have gotten sent to your home. So you must be a peasant if you're actually physically in the store. But the last time I tried one on, it was about $6,000 and I couldn't. I just couldn't. And besides the fact I was too big for it. Now, ready? Upwards of 20,000. So these pieces that evoke everything you would like everyone to think about you in your life, that you're rich, that you're successful, that you are a cool girl, that you are your own stylist, that you absolutely know how to dress and accessorize, and yeah. Well, now it's all available because it's all what we call vintage or used or refurbished or pre-owned. Second time around is literally a perfect way to go. Now, I have not sold anything yet, but I'm getting it together over the holiday season and I'll start at the beginning of the year. I just don't have room anymore. I know that sounds so absurd, doesn't it? I mean, honestly, it sounds so spoiled. But trust me, ladies, I've worked all my life since I was 9 years old. If I'm spoiled, I spoiled myself. I think that pre-owned vintage luxury is gaining in popularity. Number one, because of the raised prices. Number two, because the brand you want the most, which is Hermes, and seems to hold its value the best, is not available to us. The only thing you can buy there is a scarf. Not much beyond that. Oh, enamel bracelets. I like those too. Um, but I think buying secondhand also on a level of sustainability helps the world out and promotes friendlier fashion choices. And by the way, we did a great podcast on sustainability. Also, we'll leave the graphic for that. Um, Quality, you can't beat these brands. I must say that apart from Hermes, my other very favorite brands, just quality wise, as luxury brands, are Gucci and Valentino. Gorgeous. Now, Valentino has raised its prices way out of my control. But you may just want something like a really good, I like to call it bulletproof fashion blazer that's from a luxury brand. And you know what? If I had to choose between a regular blazer or a luxury blazer that was pre owned, I'd go for the pre owned just because the basic make of it is going to be so superior and last longer. And then if you can get your secondhand fashion pieces with the brand's logos on them, oh my gosh, better yet. I will say, although I don't love the way they mount the photos on eBay, for luxury status scarves, eBay is great, honestly. And those scarves are expensive. And in some cases, they not only hold their value, but actually get a lot more expensive as they age, and then they go down after a certain age. But there was a period of time with both Gucci, Horsebits, Ralph Lauren, the high end Ralph Lauren, and Hermes, where those scarves with family crests and horses on them and bits and pieces of the whole equestrian status celebrity life. Oh, they're just gorgeous, and they're not making those today. The more of the scarves they're making today are more about florals. I'm not really a floral girl, so I will sometimes, just to get the theme I want, go back to secondhand status. And then again, yeah, the other good thing about that is if you are in a city like New York, LA, Chicago, Miami, um, where there's status equals wealth, wealth is a thing you want to represent. When you buy status from pre owned, you're getting the equivalent of a fine antique. And you're getting themes and colors that you may not see anymore. And it becomes a step away from cookie cutter trends. And, I like it and I like shopping for it online. I do not go to retro stores, although there are a couple of great ones in New York City. I'm somebody who just loves to shop online. And I'll tell you what, the experiences I've had shopping online for status have been great. Product, they vet you, you vet them. The product arrives on time, it's pressed, it's well packaged. And if you are looking for high quality pieces, I personally think online platforms like the Real or Rebag, which I'm super interested in because that is, I think, home run for Hermes bags. They do such a gorgeous job photographing and identifying. And you know what? You can do your label research, you can research your vintage labels, but I think there was a time when actually the make on a lot of these status brands was even better because it was more reasonable and at a price. But the truth is, you can never beat a Birkin bag or a Chanel jacket. Never. And I always feel a sense of confidence, but I'll tell you what, I would have never paid full price. And I would have never actually gotten it. And I've lost a little weight now, so I'm hopeful I could fit into the largest size of a Chanel jacket. Those Parisian women are so teeny. And how do I style my vintage pieces and my vintage scarves? Well, I love to wear the scarves with just a plain blazer, but I love to wear the Birkin bag and the status scarves with a pair of jeans and a nice blazer. And I like identifying myself before I walk out the front door. So I walk out in a pair of jeans, rare for a woman with white hair, right? Rare for a Silverella like me. I walk out with the Birkin bag, with a status branded scarf accessory. I've said everything I need to say. I'm going to be accepted anywhere I go. Going for a high-end lunch, going to Bergdorf's to shop, going to the Plaza Hotel for classical English tea. Wherever I'm going to be right. And that takes a big burden off my shoulders. Whew, I can relax a little. Um, I love to blend those status pre-owned pieces with my own wardrobe. And no one even needs to know they're pre-owned if you don't want to brag about what a bargain you got or how you got it. But there is, again, with going through those websites looking for your real dream bag or your real dream jacket or your first fabulous Gucci scarf, there is a sense of hunting it down. There is a sense of triumph when you find what you want. It is as exciting as brick and mortar regular shopping used to be. And I gotta say, this is a very, very American and I think Parisian thing to do, where you blend all these high-end pieces together. And I love the fact that I'm going to have that personal seller and get that website going now. I will also say that you may like shopping in person at secondhand stores. And I'm not going to tell you that you're not going to find something pretty fabulous, but you're not going to find a Birkin bag. Mm-mm. And depending on the store, and there are some like in LA, second time around, where you'll see a lot of the nominees for Oscars and Golden Globes wearing 60s and 70s gowns from those particular stores. You're also not going to find any bargains. And if you do find something you love, you better be an X-ray. You better be teeny, because that's what the sizing was like. So I'm hoping that this inspires you to start to weed out what you treasured but don't wear anymore from your closet to make room for more to come into your closet. And I think you see the point here of why luxury shopping is so sinking, because my closet is just jammed. I had to even buy an extra rack to start putting new purchases on. And at some point, you have to say to yourself, come on, Diane, enough is enough. I mean, seriously, I know you're a pack rat, but give it up. So, my next adventure beyond buying secondhand is going to be selling to secondhand. And we'll see what that's all about. But I'll tell you what, there is absolutely no shame in wearing or carrying something someone else has owned. And, you know, it was funny. I was with a group of people that all had on these amazing watches, like giant Cartier Santos watch. And I said to one of them, oh my God, I really want a Santos watch. And he said, don't be stupid and buy a new one. He said, I bought this from Real. I had no idea. It looked totally new. I think new from a store like Cartier or Tiffany, it would be like $24,000. I know he paid a fraction of that. So, you know what? I don't know about you, and if you're a dedicated shopper like me, but I will put the effort into the shopping experience, but I don't want to have to scrounge around to when I'm getting dressed. I want the perfect watch, the perfect status loafer. Oh, and I do want to say one thing. I don't mind at all buying pre-owned jewelry, watches, timepieces are my thing. I just love them, shop them all the time. I don't mind buying pre-owned handbag. I don't mind even buying a pre-owned Chanel jacket because I know whoever had it first probably stored it in immaculate conditions. But I do get a little creeped out at buying used shoes and used pants or trousers. That's where I kind of stop the line. And since I always layer my pieces with a t-shirt underneath or whatever, if I was to resell it, then the next person who was lucky enough to own the piece would have sort of the same sense that I treasured it, that I really took care of it, that I was super interested in preserving it. So you've got the quality, you've got the sustainability. Now, truthfully, just to end this, that is not good for the fashion industry, but I think the fashion industry is kind of stalled. And you're sort of getting the same pieces again and again and again. And that is why luxury is sinking, because I honestly think that the pre-owned vintage luxury resale markets are so slamming, so vibrating with freshness and excitement that it's digging into first time clothing. I really and truly believe that. And honestly, when I asked my researchers to give me a list of vintage resale, it was overwhelming. It was huge. I suggest if you're thinking about doing it, at least first time around, go to somebody like The Real or Net-a-Porter or Rebag if it's bag and get an idea from them. Get what I call concierge resale attention. And you'll learn a lot. And that also, to me, gives me the confidence that what I'm putting up for resale has good chance of actually getting sold. But I like this idea of recirculating. I really do. And I also think, just between you and me, that like buying a pre-owned Chanel jacket, which is A, never going to go out of style, and B, constructed like I don't know what, a jetliner. It's so meticulous. I think they were better years ago than they are today. More classic, more recognizable, more understandable. So I hope you see, fellow shoppers, the adventure and the glee in getting a bargain and the fabulous opportunity to give up what you have and what you may have loved for years but are no longer wearing so you can buy more that you can love and wear for years. Vintage is the new luxury. So let me know. I really want to hear from you, and I want to hear what your experiences are. And please share your favorite vintage finds and your secondhand shopping experiences and your secondhand selling experiences. And if you get a chance, watch our podcast, The Death of Luxury, for more insights on the shifting high-end fashion landscape. Happy shopping and reselling, ladies. Thank you so much for listening to Too Young to Be Old podcast. The episode may be over, but the fun doesn't have to stop here. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at The Diane Gilman, or visit our website, thedianegilman.com. If you like the show, leave us a rating or a review and subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. And until then, don't forget, age is just a number. Together, we'll prove that we are all too young to be old.